Hey, and welcome back. Today I'm going to be talking about constants in Swift. In this video, I assume that you've already watched the variables video. Please make sure that you've watched that and understand everything in it before you move on in this video. Okay, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get started. Again, I'm going to hit Command and Spacebar to bring up Spotlight Search and type Xcode. And then make sure you have highlighted the Xcode application that I do right here, and then hit Enter. Okay, then I'm going to go up to the navigation bar where it says File, go to New, select Playground. Okay, make sure iOS is selected right here, highlighted, and then hit blank, and then go ahead and hit the Next button. Name it whatever you'd like. I'm going to name mine Constants Practice. I'm going to save mine on the desktop. Save yours wherever you'd like, but just make sure that you know where it is. Go ahead and hit Create. And then it'll bring up a playground. And then go ahead and highlight all of this and delete it. Okay, so blank playground. Okay, let's get started. I'd like you to follow along if possible. I'm going to ask you a couple times throughout the video to do something on your own. I ask that you please do that. It really helps with the learning. So with that out of the way, let's get started. So you might be asking what a constant is. A constant is essentially the same thing as a variable, but you can't change it. Once a constant is created, that value is there permanently. Imagine writing something with a pen on a piece of paper. Once you write something with a pen, it's permanent. Sure, you can throw it away, get another piece of paper, but that's a different constant. You would not be using the same constant. You would not be using the same piece of paper. So I'm going to go ahead and create a constant. I'm going to name it first name. Now you might be saying, wow, this looks a lot like the variable we read earlier. Yeah, the layout is about the same. The main difference in layout is that instead of var, you type let, which symbolizes a constant. Now let's go ahead and do what we did before. Let's go ahead and assign our name to first name, okay? And then it's giving us an error. It says, cannot assign to value first name as the let constant. Well, why is that? We just talked about it. You can't assign new values to a constant. Whatever I wrote on line 1 is there permanently. You cannot change this value. So let's go ahead and delete this. And go ahead and put my name here. Okay, now I want you to make a constant called last name. And I'd like you to put your last name in it. Go ahead and pause the video and unpause it when you're done. Okay, great job. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to write let last name equal Gilmore. Okay? So that would be a constant. I want to talk about one other thing, which is immutable versus mutable. So that might sound scary. That might sound like, what the heck is that? That sounds complicated. It's really not. The main thing to know is that a constant is immutable. You cannot mutate it. You can't change it. A variable is mutable. You can change it and you can mutate it. Now, if that just confused you more, feel free to ignore that. Just some people use that term, so I wanted you to be familiar with what it meant. Good job. That was a shorter video. Next up is types. I'll see you there.